Hey, how are you? This is Alex.
Hi, Alex. This is Kyle. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Kyle. How are you going?
I'm doing well. I mean, it only seems like you're a few years into this, and we are still getting to know you. I'd love to know where you got your start, how this all happened for you, because it looks like it's happening pretty quickly at this point.
Yeah, it's one of those funny things, like, after years and years and years of working on, your craft and what you like doing and just writing songs for fun and all that sort of stuff. I don't know, it just sort of turns out that things come together really quickly, which is awesome. But, it's also really good to have all that time behind, me, like I said, practicing and working on writing songs and all, and sort of preparing for what's kind of happened, which has been really good. So for me, like, I started playing music as a kid. I really learned how to play music, like, properly when I was in high school through playing the saxophone and playing in big bands and all that sort of stuff. And just sort of started applying that knowledge to playing guitar and I guess like playing saxophone is very similar to singing in a way. So yeah, it's just funny that like after years and years of doing something completely different, that I guess like music for me has come together in a very different way than anticipated.
Yeah. When did it start being a really serious thing that you knew it was going to be a career, that you were going to have to let go of, I don't know, whatever plan B was at the time?
Well, I guess like a good gauge of that is that I quit my day job in September last year. So it's been over 12 months now. And yeah, it just kind of got to the point where it was like, not so much like, oh, this is financially viable, because it's not, but more just like, I need to put my time into this if I'm going to make it work. And it was the best decision I ever made.
That's crazy. And I know getting out of, you can get big in Australia, I think, sort of quickly. And I don't know the easiness of it. I'm sure it's as hard as anywhere else, but the importance of getting out of there and getting on the world stage. I mean, that's where it looks like it's taken off really big for you. Have you been able to kind of get a grasp on that?
I mean, getting attention in Australia is something that I'm very fortunate that has happened to me, and something that I, want to continue to foster, because it's, home, and I love the people there, and I always want to make sure that that's something for me. But it's been really amazing. Being from Australia, we're quite an isolated country, and it is difficult to sort of maybe at times get attention elsewhere. So I feel really fortunate that, there has been, I guess, a little bit of demand for me to tour and to release records and stuff around the world. And yeah, that's something that I'm, very much like excited to work on at the moment. And even right now, like we're talking while I'm in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, and I'm coming over your way to America and to North America next month. And yeah, it's very much kind of surreal to be out in the big wide world doing what I love, but I wouldn't want it any other way, and I'm really excited for all the hard work ahead.
You talking about the relationships that kind of in these songs. I mean, there are some very specific moments that go along here, and that's what I was wondering. Is it safe to assume that a lot of them are autobiographical?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Like I write about what I know, and what I know is what I've experienced. So yeah, very much so.
I mean, I talked to other songwriters about that, about how you'll have some, pop songwriters say, "Oh, you have to write so universal if you want to get mass appeal." But I personally love it so much more when someone writes about something so specific to them. I find that even more relatable to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an irony in that, like, I think all of our lives are somewhat universal, and to pretend that that we're having these experiences that no one else has had is pretty, I don't know, like probably a little bit too introspective. Like if you look at the big at the big picture, like we've all been through a breakup, we've all been in love, we've all gone to school, we've all had friends, we've all got families. Like it's very similar.
I was actually talking to Jen Clower just the other day, also from Australia.
Oh, cool, Jen, awesome, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got some themes here that does intersect with her record as well. I mean, there's that line I think a lot of people are pointing out: "We can't marry even if we want to." I mean, that's a big deal going on in Australia, right?
Yeah, well, there's a marriage equality survey going on in the country at the moment, which is really disappointing that the political climate has shifted towards that as a means of putting off making a decision, that involves people's human rights. But that's where we're at the moment, and it's really frustrating, and it's really bad for the queer community, and hopefully it all will be over soon. But I know that Jen really feels the frustration of that, and I do as well. And yeah, hopefully it'll be over soon, and we can stop thinking about it.
Right. I mean, that's what's going on. I mean, it's in the way of both of our countries right now. I feel like we're going through a lot of the same things with this right-wing slide, nationalistic slide that's affecting a lot of things like that. And I just hate to hear it when it's, I hate to hear that it's happening here. I really hate to hear that it's happening elsewhere as well. But
it shouldn't be happening anywhere. But yeah, unfortunately, that's where we're at. And yeah, I guess it's like up to people who believe in what's right to, make sure that they're heard and encourage other people to speak up as well.
Well, I love that you're writing about it and talking about it, and I love this record. I mean, as far as a debut LP, this is about as strong as you can knock it out of the park here. You've done a
that's
great
very,
one.
very nice of you to say. Thank you so much. That's really lovely.
I'll let you get back to sound check, but thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it, Carl. And, I look forward to maybe seeing you when we're over there.
All right, we'll see you.
Take care, mate. Bye.